And we're live, just like that.
No one has gotten notification.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, the notification doesn't happen until we go live, right?
Right. There it is.
But I didn't get one. Are you on there?
Yep.
So you're the only one on there.
No, one other person. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Now there's two. Crazy.
There's live.
Three. That's three.
There we go.
Diane Pennington, hello.
Hello, Diane and Brad.
And Barry Pierce is here. Wow.
Hi, Barry.
Hi, Barry.
Okay, get with it.
We're waiting for a few people. A few more, I should say. We're doing a short live tonight for like 5 reasons. The main reason why I'm doing it is my allergy kicked in. And I've been driving all day.
Hi, Steve Moran. Hi, Maddie G. Hi, Charlie Porch. Thanks, guys, for popping on.
And Darla's doing it because she's tired, right?
I am tired.
Tired. So she went to my daughter's for like 3 days, 4 days.
Saturday, Sunday, and then I'm back today.
Yeah. So we're both kind of burnt out.
Hi, Terry Burns. Hi, Johnny.
Plus it rained and lightning and thundered all night.
Hi, Phil Presnell. Hi, Jason and Amanda. Long time no see.
Got a couple of real nice bikes for sale out here. Okay, I think we're good.
Hey, Yanni.
Oh, there's Trey.
Woo-hoo.
Johnny Combs, yeah.
Hi, Trey.
Yeah, see, we're all tired tonight. Now everybody shows up. See how that works? You. So, anyway, like I say, it's going to be a short one tonight. It's not going to be an all-nighter like normal. And so we're going to do something interesting here. Okay, you guys start.
It's like, you want to hear a knock-knock joke? Yeah, okay.
You start.
You go first.
Katie's up on the dash again. Now, if you actually do that, you'll realize it goes nowhere. Knock, knock. Right?
Mm-hmm. Unless you have the punchline.
Right.
Oh.
So did anybody else get some crazy rain last night?
Hi, Mellow Cat.
Is that a new person?
Mm-hmm.
It is.
I think I've seen Mellow Cat one other time. Hi, Taylor Rose, and hi, Teresa.
I wonder if
Johnny
they felt.
Who's there?
Did they fill out the application
for
to be on the live? We still taking apps?
No, we're hiring everybody. We're desperate.
We should start paying,
right? Hey, Seymour Rivers.
Yeah.
Boom, boom,
Who's
boom.
there? Barry does. Who's there?
I know. So did someone else.
I'm supposed to say who's there,
Johnny
and then you're supposed to go what?
Mellow Cat. I knew I'd seen that person before.
Oh, it's Amanda?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That doesn't count.
It doesn't count. Yes, it does, actually.
Well, she's an egg.
But if 2 eggs are on, and then she logs on under her personal name.
Oh, okay. Okay, then I guess that so that it should be 1 egg in a basket.
1 egg.
And a Mellow Cat.
And a
right?
Mellow Cat. Hello, Miss Patty.
Oh, so Johnny and Pat.
Yeah,
oh, wait, no.
See? Yeah.
Is John on there too?
On there
yeah.
Too. Uh-huh.
Wow. This is like we're splitting up the husband
we're
and wives.
Our numbers.
And it gives us more numbers.
Let me switch and thumbs up.
Yeah, thumbs up, because the thumbs up make a big difference on how we expand the dispersal of our videos. So
yeah, sure.
that helps. Yeah.
Every little bit helps.
Yeah, We need to grow this channel a little bit because we're getting too old to work. And sitting here acting like dummies, we're pretty good at this.
We're real good at that. Fireside chat. Yeah, Maddie said she's house sitting and they're getting rain right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
She was going to put Reflectix on her SUV, but she can't now.
Who? Oh.
Maddie G.
Oh, Maddie.
Random Pieces. Hey, thanks, Teresa. She signed on under too.
And then you got a question from Trey. Progress with the sourdough bread.
Oh.
Excellent. She finally got it figured out.
What I did is I stopped trying to make the round, what they call boule, and I'm just making loaf bread, but it's still the same dough, same process. It's just better in the bread pan. It's coming out better. I'll work on mastering.
It fits in the toaster a lot better too. If you, of course.
But you can.
I made breakfast yesterday morning, and one piece is real thick and one piece is real skinny.
I got to get a bread slicer for that style of bread. But you can.
How much do you have to pay them to come and slice the bread?
But anyway, it's turning out really good, and I'm happy, and I can't wait to make more bread. But he hasn't eaten it. But Jason and Amanda will. Won't you guys? I didn't hear how the bread was, guys.
Yeah. What?
I gave them a part of that.
Oh, they said it was really good.
Really?
Yeah, they told me. Mark's here.
So I bet I can pawn some more off on them while I perfect my game.
Mark is here.
Hi, Mark.
And I don't know why every time Maddie puts out a deal on here, they ask me whether I should let it show.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that.
Too many curse words or something.
Maybe it's the emojis. I don't know. But we always say okay. And thank you, Maddie. Yes.
Random Pieces.
That's Teresa. She's going to go back to being the real me.
Oh, yeah?
Amanda says, yes, please. Patty asked me if my sourdough starter has a name because everybody names their starter. And yeah, once it started getting bubbly, and they always say, oh, my starter's so happy, so I named mine Happy Gilmore.
Oh, I thought you named it Smoky.
No, that's what I named the bread.
That's
the bread
two loaves of bread. First two loaves.
First one was
really smoky, and then not as smoky.
But doorstop.
Yeah, we were gonna fight so we didn't like it, throw it out the window of the truck, and just destroy the grill out of their car.
I should have saved it. I should.
Would have busted their windshield probably too.
It was, well, I did take a video of it, and they always say when you take your sourdough out and put it on a rack to cool, it's supposed to like snap and crackle as it's cooling, and it did that for 45 minutes. So. She's
gonna get a tattoo of a sourdough bread and put, what is it? White Betty? What is it that you named it?
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore.
White Betty.
I don't know.
White Betty.
Well, Betty White's already taken.
Okay. I made that account, so if I ever decide to do videos, they would be random in pieces of my life. That's a good idea, Teresa.
Oh, look at Amanda. Did you see what she said? Ooh.
What?
Maybe they.
What? Did you okay?
She says, use it as foundation stones. Ooh, that's a cut. Cut to the.
Why am I not seeing that? Pork butts on the Rectech. Woo! Mark Bastian.
Yeah.
Am I saying your name right, Mark? Bastian?
Bastian. Bastian.
I don't know.
Where are you from, Mark? You're in what? In Wisconsin or something? Huh? He's gonna loan me a bike, Jason. He's gonna loan me his panhead, so we go riding. Because up there it's still snowing. What?
Patty said if you throw it out the window, would it be bouncing Betty? No, it does not bounce.
No,
it would make a crater in the asphalt.
It would just
that bad.
It would destroy the roadway.
I think that might be where potholes come from.
Bastine.
Bastine. Bostine, I never would have guessed. It must be French.
French.
French?
French.
Maybe?
French.
I don't know.
I don't speak French.
Pothole fillers, exactly, John. Exactly.
So I'll tell you how bad things are here right now for my allergies. When I go out in the morning, my truck's green.
The pollen is crazy.
The pollen is like yellow.
Yeah.
And it goes on my blue truck.
And it makes green.
And it makes it green. It's just insane, man.
Oh.
He's a German.
He's a German.
We're Germans.
We're Germans.
Of course, with a name like McLean, you wouldn't think so. But my mom was 100% German. She was Hilda Elizabeth Scher. And my dad was kind of like everything.
Yeah, Heinz 57.
Yeah. On my dad's side of the family, anything that will stand still long enough is what we
I'm also
came from.
German and Scottish.
Yeah. Well,
but McLean is Scottish, too.
Scottish, yeah.
Come on.
And we got quite a few McLeans around here. Are you here? Are you going to be part of this? Him and I were batching it. He loves it when Mom's gone because he gets a lot of crap to eat. He helps me eat everything. He had cinnamon rolls this morning. They were good.
Amanda says you can borrow mine even though it's not a Harley.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a motorcycle.
Scottish, Johnny says.
Just have to put a forward and reverse shifter on it.
Pine pollen is nasty.
Oh, well, this is
from everything else. I mean, we don't have any pines around us on our property.
Yeah, there's pines all around us, but we don't. We have maples, and then about 3 or 4 kinds we don't know. Neither one of us were tree people that know anything about it,
or plant people for that matter.
But yeah, it was. We drive down the roads and we look and we see fields and fields and fields of stuff planted. The only thing we know, I think, is corn.
You do? I don't even know that.
Well, I know what corn looks like. You know what corn looks like.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant about growing it.
No.
Looking to buy a new mattress. Suggestions, everyone.
We bought ours off of Amazon.
We bought one of those ones that it's in a box and you cut it open and I think it takes like 12 hours to expand. I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. It's ours is 12-inch tall because we want to be level with. We have a window in the back, so we're level with the window, and then the nightstand sit down a little ways.
Johnny, I guess your last name is Hunter, and you're Scottish. Is that what you're saying? I think. Lots of plants in Arkansas, he said. Our fruit trees are starting to show fruit already.
We don't have any fruit. Well, we have maple trees. Is that fruit? Well, you get syrup out of them. Is it syrup, fruit syrup?
It's not cold enough here to get that from those.
Does anybody know, will avocado tree grow here? I used to have avocado tree in my backyard in Norwalk, my first house. And, man, avocados were great, but I don't know. I think it might get too cold here for them. But it got down to freezing where we live.
I don't know. Mark says, on my mom's side, my grandfather came over from Norway in 1902. 10 years later, the same captain of his ship was the captain of the Titanic. Whoa.
Who was?
Mark Bostine says on his mom's side.
He was the captain of the Titanic?
Yeah. His grandpa came over from Norway in 1902, and 10 years later, that same captain of his grandpa's ship was the captain of the Titanic. I'm glad he didn't have that rotten luck when your grandpa came over. You wouldn't be here.
Yeah, because that he went to the bottom of the ocean with the ship.
Johnny says yes. I think.
So did anybody hear the news?
Scottish, yeah, gotcha.
That Elon Musk bought Twitter? Is everybody going to join Twitter now?
Care?
Is anybody going to join Twitter now? I still have a Twitter account. I've never been able to get rid of it.
Does it make you a twit?
No, but I had that when we lived in the high desert.
You did? I don't know.
Yeah, in fact, you know that green cutoff shirt? That's the shirt I was wearing. I haven't worn that thing in 20 years or something. I think I got on Twitter when it first started.
tons of plums and peaches in our future, Patty says. I like jam
Yeah.
for my sourdough bread. We'll trade, Patty. We'll
I
trade.
like plums when they ripen up on the tree. These ones you buy at
I
the
know.
store,
They're like the bread I make.
they're like a little rock, and then you
Like
get
the
them
bread I
home
make.
and you sit there and you check them and check them and check them, and finally one day they're just rotten. I mean, it
Kind
goes
of like
from
avocados that you buy from the store. Not ready yet? Not ready yet? Okay, I'm past.
yeah. I
Throw
used
me
to get
away.
up where they were almost ripened on the trees, and I'd pick like 20 or 30 of them and
Amanda
take them to work.
never had a Twitter account. The news is all a flitter about Twitter.
Yeah, and then Trump said he's not gonna go back on there. So
Is that good or bad? The Twitter thing? I don't know. Seymour said, I got a foam crib mattress to use in my Prius. I think she's looking for something a little bigger.
who is?
Teresa, she's looking for a new mattress and she's asking for suggestions. And Seymour said he got a foam crib mattress for his Prius.
Yeah. They actually make some kind of little tent kit for the Priuses.
You do prefer springs? Yeah, I hate springs.
Yeah, ours is just the foam, and it's nice. You know, it was like $300.
Terry Burns says, I wish he'd buy YouTube. No kidding.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Well, you know,
John said he should buy Facebook.
things be a changing, you know.
Never heard of avocados in Arkansas.
Yeah, yes, I read that, but I don't know. You go down to DeQueen's, and they have the fruit stands and vegetable stands down there.
If you're wondering, it's not DeQueen's, it's DeQueen. And actually around here they say DeQueen.
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 And Eckerd.
Acorn instead of acorn.
Eckerd.
Acorn. Acorn.
Acorn.
Acorn.
Acorn. And I'll tell you what, the town is 2 buildings. It's not worth learning the name. They don't even have a sign. and then the next town over, they use a tombstone as for their town. Yeah.
Mark says he posted an obit on a family member, and Facebook took it down saying it was against their rules. Foam feels too squishy for me, but a hybrid would work.
Well, it's not squishy.
Yes, Johnny. Daycoin. Happened twice.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
The foam one we have is not too squishy.
Yes, Johnny. Pecan for pecan. Pecan.
Do they have pecans around here? Pecans?
I know they do in Oklahoma.
Huh.
Because Maggie's family used to own
pecan
orchards.
I like peaches and I like plums, and what about
Amanda? You should have that. You should have that recipe. If you have that recipe, you could replicate it. A tort with plums, very tasty.
The one problem that we're having is, will we put the building up? Where are we going to put our garden? Huh?
That sounds like a you problem.
A you problem?
Yeah, because you changed the layout of everything. So.
Well, I mean, we put it back there in the back. I guess it could stay there because in the summertime, the sun's going to go over here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How is the sun? Is the building going to shadow it a lot?
Well, it might shadow it depending on when you plant it. But I mean, here we're still in April, and it would get full sun starting now because it's going over here.
But would it for all summer?
Well, no, probably not.
You could maybe go vertical on the garden. Are you saying, Amanda?
Vertical.
Grow up.
Yeah. Well, we're thinking about doing these above grounds with
elevated beds.
With
those blue food barrels.
Yeah. What she said.
Carrie to take to town. Carrie, Johnny's like one right after another with how they say things and pronounce things around here.
Johnny, really? Where are you at, Johnny?
Natty, Google says you could grow your avocado in Arizona, plant March to June, but bring it inside if it gets cold to 32 degrees, which would not work out here.
What, the tree?
The avocado. You may want to avoid a mattress that has fiberglass in the cover. Yes. That they have lawsuits about that. We'll
Yeah,
have to
we
see
have
what theirs will
we
be
have
insured
like
by, but I thought
rebar
it'd be
in
nice to have
ours.
the phone if I change bedroom.
Huh. Ohio
Yes,
via
with the
okay.
garden,
He's
vertical.
he's in Ohio
Okay.
via Ark. I
Amanda,
bet you wish you had that one back, huh?
Amanda is
Gets cold in Ohio.
talking about vertical growing up. We'll have to talk, Amanda. She has ideas.
Well, we're going to
Johnny
lose sun in the afternoon anyway because of the trees over here.
Right.
We're not going to have sun until 8 o'clock at night. But the thing is the building is going to be sitting like this, and the sun like this, and the sun is going to be setting. Let's see if I can do this like this. So where that is back there, it should get sun about almost most of the day, I would say. But it's going to get really good morning and during the day.
Johnny Hunter.
Or we'd have to move it on the other side of the lot. But that would take up part of our camping area. You know what I mean? We can't have people parking on our garden.
Small root plants, herbs, and such can grow in vertical gardens. Hey, Karen. 2 babies, 4 grands. Need 16 hours of sun a day for your garden. Yep.
Yeah, morning sun is best.
Need all day sun for the garden.
Buy more land. No, well, let me tell you something. It's hard to get land around here right now.
Is.
It's
morning sun is best. It's not really blazing hot in the morning.
Yeah. But I think the angle of the dangle is going to give it enough, I think. But the building's going to be pretty far back, so I don't know. But you'll have it most of the day. I mean, look at the radishes; they're growing good.
Actually, the radishes, all I see right now is just green tops. I don't know what's going on underneath, and they're ready to be harvested, according to what I've read on
Really?
Google.
Well, you could pull one out.
Google.
I'll pull one out in a minute.
I don't want to waste it if it's not ready yet.
Well, by the time you what are you waiting for him to jump out of there or what?
Mm-hmm. Time will tell. I don't know. I know.
Yeah, we got to make some money first. We're about 2 weeks away from going to Kentucky.
Kentucky.
And I'm hoping that we still have a country in July so we have something to celebrate, because if not, I guess they could celebrate New Year's, huh? Why are you sitting so far back tonight? You are. I have to. I'm gonna have a sore neck in the morning. She's like way back here.
How is brother's garden? Bill, do you cringe that I sold my Harley and bought a Seymour? Yes, he does.
I don't know why anybody buys a Prius. There's one when we were coming home. There's one where they had to cut the roof off of it to get the dead people out.
Well, it's not a Prius. That was a minivan.
It was a Prius.
It was not a Prius.
It was a Prius. I saw the taillights.
She's being silly.
I'm not. I don't know. I'm not real hip on that.
Every generation worries about the future. 100%.
Yeah. I'm worried about the past, but it hasn't caught me yet, so I guess I'm still good. Just saw Chevrolet stop selling.
Hey, Linda and Carlos. They're in Carmel, Utah. Good to see you on here. Staying out of snowy Montana still. Although I think it could still be snowing in Utah, couldn't it?
Yeah, well.
I don't know where you guys are at.
Yeah, it's been snowing all over the place.
Chevy stopped selling batteries.
I watched a video the other day. A guy owns a bus company, Peoria. He's one of the owners of it, and they have a fleet of diesel, like Prevost and stuff like that. and he was talking about electric buses. And his thing is that um, the diesel buses are about $500,000 to buy a new one. The electrics are $1 million. And he said if you buy one electric bus, then you have to start getting your service guys, because these a company like this has a lot of buses, so they need to service them themselves. They have their own mechanics, and the mechanics will not know 90% and not be certified on 90% of the bus repairs on the electric. Plus, they won't have the tooling for it. Plus, right now, the longest distance passenger bus will only go right around 320 miles, and then they have a minimum of a 4-hour layover
to
recharge. And over the life of the bus, apparently, as long as they would use it, they would have to replace the batteries at least one time, and it's $20,000 a battery. So they figured everything all up, and how much it costs to charge and how much it would cost them to put in just the electrical structure to be able to charge the buses in their facility, the repair facility, and parking. And they said it just wasn't worth it to do it. It was just way too expensive. So I don't know.
I mean, they are supposed to be good on fuel, but in the long run, it's
electrics.
Prius. We were talking Prius. Specifically about Prius.
I was talking about buses.
I know, but before that, we were talking about Prius. And yeah, they're supposed to be good on gas, but if you do have to replace the battery, there go all your savings, right?
Yeah, well, they cost you more money to buy, and then if they break, man, they're expensive to fix, and the battery's expensive to buy, and it's expensive to get rid of. So
$10K to replace the battery for a car.
Yeah.
John says.
So they tried electric cars long back in the 1800s, and as soon as the gas-powered cars came out, the electrics were no longer. So basically, a Prius is an electric motor with an engine that's a generator, so you could go along further. And probably, if they're going to switch to electric cars, unless you live in the city, they don't work too well. I mean, I see the charging station there in Quartzsite, and that thing was always busy. There was always people charging them cars. So, hey, let me throw something out to you.
Who's making hybrid cars right now?
Well, there's the Nissan Leaf, there's Tesla, or hybrid or electric?
Hybrid.
Hybrid. Well, I think the Toyota and Nissan are making hybrids. I don't know I think Ford makes hybrids. I think pretty much everybody makes some kind of a hybrid. But I don't know. They're not really pushing them that hard.
Johnny says struggling dealerships are selling, big expense coming for EV tools, training, and right now lots of cash in the bank because no cars on lot.
Yeah, well.
Trey says it's warming up in northern Utah. They're at Willard Bay Reservoir, 20 miles from Idaho border. Looks like spring. About time, huh? That's the thing. The infrastructure isn't where it needs to be. Hybrid batteries require cooling fluid connections to radiator. Mark got bumped off YouTube? Yeah. When? What do you mean you got bumped off there? Your channel or just now? What happened? What you talk about, Mark?
Well, and also while we're waiting for his response, we have so much fuel, we have so much oil in this country that we can run for thousands of years. And that was another thing that the guy was talking about with the buses. He goes, if you get stuck in a snowstorm or something like that, those things don't sit and run the heating and air conditioning for long periods of time. It's just too much. So proof you were gone. Huh? Oh. Okay, I was gonna do a theory. I think one of the reasons why Elon Musk bought Twitter is because I think he believes that the electric car thing is not going to overtake the gasoline powered cars. I think it was kind of a pipe dream when he started. And to tell you the truth, I don't really think they're that good a look of a car. I know they're pretty quick.
But I don't think the idea is to make them good looking. They're trying to just make them be not gas. That's where they're at now. People that want to save the planet don't really care what they look like.
Well, there's more pollution involved in making electric car than there is running a regular car for 8 years. So most people are trading out of their cars, and so I don't know. It's it's starting to sound political. Does it sound political? Kind of. It's the thing is when you have to force people into driving them by just okay, you can't sell any more gasoline powered cars. That's not we're not That's not how our country works. When they make an electric car that you could drive from California to New York nonstop without recharging the thing, and they're the same price as a gasoline car and all that stuff, then they'll sell tons of them. But when there's just too many problems with them, too many things you have to do,
Too much
and
downtime.
and then when everybody has an electric car, they don't have enough grid, and with all the like in California where they're really pushing it, all the water's down low and the generators aren't going to be able to run. They shut down the nuclear power plants, they got rid of the coal power plants. They're buying all their electricity from other states, and they're not going to have that. I know people think you can just plug into a wall and electricity comes out, but I know what's involved in getting that plug out here so we can have electricity in here.
Not enough grid for
Yeah,
electricity.
yeah, and then we pay our electric bill every month. So I know. I mean,
And the earth is still making oil. You never run out of crude oil. True.
yeah. Who said that?
True.
Yeah,
And Teresa said not enough grid for the electric. And so did Amanda, I think.
yeah,
I saw a guy putting gas in his Prius on the side of the freeway. Just the two of us.
yeah,
They can't supply enough lithium.
yeah. And look at the damage it does to the earth and the people that are mining the lithium. It's just they use little kids to do it. Just
Oh, we were gone.
we were
Mark said he got booted off YouTube. He said, "Poof, we were gone." We were just gone.
Oh, okay.
Teresa, I'll keep my tiny Hyundai till it dies. Nice flat toe if I want.
I got 18.5 miles to a gallon
agrees.
out of my truck. Yeah. So I I went to I drove around here, went to Little Rock, and then came back, and then drove around here, and then yesterday I went and filled up, and I had doing local driving and everything else. I got 18.5 miles to a gallon on my Dodge truck. It's never done that good. The best it ever did was 17.
They say it takes 8 to 9 hours to charge your car at home. Nuclear power would be needed to power all electric vehicles.
You know what I always thought was a good option was hydrogen. And they were producing hydrogen cars at Ford back in the 70s. And I actually made a hydrogen 6-cell hydrogen unit for my truck. And I was running that for probably a couple of years. And I had to take it off to put the tow base plate on it. So, but it's getting better gas mileage now than it did with the hydrogen unit. So
John says we need cars with flux capacitors.
yeah, the one's kind where you can put the banana peels in it.
Johnny says my Yukon gets 20 with a 6.2.
Yeah, LS motor. Yeah, but that's not a full-time V8 either. I think they shut down cylinders.
Claudia and Ronnie.
Yeah. Oh, hi.
Love and miss you guys too. Teresa says she has like 1 month on 10 gallons because she's just going to the store and back and forth to work. She's not staying that far from work, so shuts down cylinders. Yes.
Yeah. That's
Money
what our
talks, Brad says. Got that right.
that's what our 300 Chrysler used to do. We had a 2005. We had one of the first ones. And those things, when you'd romp them to the floor, they would sit there for half a second, and I mean, it seemed like a long time, and then all of a sudden everything would catch and whoa, they take off like crazy. But they were, and I think that car did 20 plus miles per gallon. And but on the V6s, I have a V6 engine. They don't. If you turn that thing down to 4, it probably wouldn't even move.
Teresa said she saw Mazda bringing back the rotary engine.
They are, but uh, they have what they call the liquid piston engine now, and what it is the rotary is in the case, and it's not the triangle thing that spins anymore. It's the way the case is made, and the engine case, and the way this thing travels around. It makes a lot more horsepower, and it lasts. You know, the problem, we used to work at Mazda. That's where we met. We worked at a Pontiac, Mazda, and that was it. Pontiac and Mazda.
Yep.
And those RX3 motors, they were going out all the time, man. There's little seals at the points of those triangles, and those things would wear out, and they would fall out. And
Jim says it's still winter in Winterpeg.
in winter, yeah. Well, you live in Canada, eh? It's cold up there.
Teresa says her dad had one when she was a kid.
They were fast, though. That was a fast car. But like I say, they got to go on YouTube here and type in liquid piston engine, and you'll see, man. They make them. They make little tiny ones, and they make them for cars, big, regular car motors, and they could be the future. The old Mazda RX motors, those motors were originally designed where they could pump water and stuff. And if you fire them up and you don't shut them off, if you just continue at a certain pace, a certain RPM, they last for a long, long time. It's the starting and stopping and the revving of the motors, because they'll rev 11,000, 12,000 RPM, even higher. But the thing starts at about 8,500 or 9,000, starts beeping and making all kinds of noises in the cars.
Mellow Cat says we don't always say A.
Yes, you do. You always say A to me. I walk out and go, good morning. You go, A? We went here for lunch today.
It's really good chicken.
If you ever down here in the Arkansas, and I think Texas has them too, and I don't know what else. I might even have it in Oklahoma stuff. Chicken Express, man, they make them.
It's like what KFC used to be when KFC
was good. It's really, really good. You get a chicken breast, man. That thing is like I ate one. I have another one for lunch tomorrow. She already ate hers, but man, they're good. Whew, yummy. Yeah, macaroni and cheese. I had macaroni and cheese and corn on the cob. What did you have?
I had corn on the cob and string beans, but I didn't eat the string beans yet.
Yeah, really, their food is. It's like a takeout. Drive through. They have a inside, a real nice restaurant inside. This was in Hot Springs, and yeah, it's really good, man. The food's really good. Like it, and they have really good tea. People in the rest of the country, they're like, here every restaurant, every fast food and everything has sweet tea. And like when we were over in Lake Havasu, you go to to a drive-through, you go, yeah, do you guys have sweet tea? What?
We got sugar.
We have tea, we have iced tea, we have sugar, but we don't have sweet tea. Here, everybody has sweet tea. Yeah.
And they have unsweet tea, but
yeah. But
do you have Zaxby's? Yeah, there's Zaxby's too. Are they pretty good? We haven't tried them.
Yeah.
There's one in Texarkana I saw. Amanda.
There's one in Benson. Benton. But it looked like it was closed the other day.
Really? Yeah. Sugar has to be added when hot. That's true. Or you do like my sister-in-law does, and she just takes water and dumps a bunch of sugar in it, melts it down, and then pours it in a container. and puts it in the fridge. So that way, if you want sweet tea, you just pour that syrup in. That she makes the syrup, adds that to a tea, glass by glass, however sweet you want it.
And we have a Sun tea jar now. So
yeah, we used to have one, and it fell out of the cupboard and broke.
Yeah.
Loved them when I lived in Mobile. Teresa says. And rotary thumb oil, burn oil, even when new. Most drivers don't check oil often enough, and that was a problem Mazda had. That's true.
Plus, they don't smog. You take them to a smog station, and they smog them like they're a 4-cylinder, and they pollute too much. They had a hard time getting them to smog. So anyway, I don't know. I think that new, if you, like I say, liquid piston engine. It's either liquid piston or it's I think that's what they call it. But they're coming out with a whole bunch of new motors right now because I think that people think that this electric car thing is going to fall on its face, because my thing is when you force people to do things, especially in this country. Now, there's other countries where they can make people do anything, and if you don't want to do what they want you to do, then they weld you shut in your house and starve you to death. But here, you still have some freedoms, and out here, I mean, electric cars just wouldn't work. I mean, the electrical grid around here is scary sometimes. So, I mean, yeah.
Dodge GM or Ford pickup, which is better?
Well, it depends on what you're talking about. Around here, if you're buying like a 4x4 diesel, everybody likes the Dodge with the Cummins. There are Chevy with the Duramax, and there are the Fords with the diesel motors. But I would think probably the Dodge sells about 10-1 to the other guys. When I was a kid, I always drove Fords, and then I started when I was young. I had Mustangs. I was all into Mustangs. And then I got into some Chevy stuff. I love Corvettes. I'd like to have another Corvette. I never really got into. I had a '69 Nova SS with a 354 speed and posi and all that. That was a pretty cool car, but I didn't keep it that long because I bought a new Ranchero GT. So, and I like Pintos. We had a Pinto. My Pinto was fast. It was light to light.
So did John and Patty.
Yeah, they had one of our old ones. So, yeah, I was a big fan. And then once they started racing them, then they were just like the Chargers when they had that show where they were crashing all the cars. Now they just kind of went away.
Does the Dodge part override the good Cummins?
Does the what?
The Dodge part override the good Cummins.
The
Dodge part. I don't know.
Override the good Cummins. Well, the bad thing about the Dodge is the transmission. You have to get that if you're going to run the diesel motor. You got to try to make sure it has the ASIN transmission. It's kind of but it's only a 6-speed. The Fords and the Chevys are 10-speed automatics, and the Duramax has the Allison, which is that's the best transmission. They've been talking. There's conversations about the Cummins and Allison going into the Dodge, and if they do that, then it's over with. And that'll be.
That's what Johnny said. I think he's Allison. Okay, Allison.
Yeah.
Teresa said she had a Maverick and liked it. I had a Maverick Grabber and I loved that car.
Yeah, I should have married it.
I should have.
You divorced it
Stuck with my
before you
car.
knew me. Bought a Camaro.
Should have just stuck with my car.
Yeah.
Patty says the boys still tell stories about the Pinto days.
Yeah.
Maverick was good. Taurus was good. Yep. Pinto's got bad reputation with the fuel tank getting damaged if rear-ended. Yeah.
All you had to do was buy a fire suit. It was fine, you know. What you know how they fixed that problem? I worked at Ford when those things were catching on fire, and all we did is they just came in and they had back then they had these straps. They were like metal straps, but you wrapped a piece of plastic around because the differential had real sharp edges, and when they get hit in the rear, that tank would come forward and hit the differential. It would cut a hole in the tank, and then the fuel would leak out, and the hot exhaust is right there and everything. So you just put this little plastic that was kind of a thick piece of plastic as a shield over the differential, and solve the problem. But I mean, any car with a gas tank gets hit hard enough.
Just the two of us said I had a liquid piston engine back in the 60s and melted more than one.
Yeah. Well, they don't they come pre-melted?
Mustang was good. LOL fire suit. More says that'd be perfect. Cummins Allison truck. Get a classic bug.
Volkswagen. Yeah.
Funny, if you were given a fire suit with purchase of the car.
I had a friend of mine who had.
Of course, John says Jeep.
Yeah, I have a Jeep too. You'd like my Jeep, John. I just got it. It was my dad's. I got to redo it.
Hey, John, what did you have when we met you? Did you have
a little white Dodge truck?
Right. But you were always talking about how Jeeps were. Maybe you used to have one before we met you. I don't know. Maybe you had to sell it because you. I don't know. Tell us. I don't remember.
My Jeep, Johnny, is
Jeep bad, Johnny says.
Yeah. My Jeep is an AMC Jeep with a 304 V8 3-speed CJ5.
Jeep only good for second car or off-road.
Yeah, they're not good for towing. You see a lot of people towing them, and the thing is they wear tires out pretty quickly when you tow them. And the tires are like $300 a copy. So
what gets my vote? Land Cruiser. Back in the day.
Yeah, we had one of those. Yeah, that thing went up anything.
John had a little Dodge pickup when he met us. Flat is killing Ram pickups in my Fiat is killing Ram pickups in his opinion. Oh, come on. Ram is having dash electrical problems that dealerships can't repair, and Cummins is great. The rest of the trucks that are beginning to have problems. Trey says.
Well, there's a guy, Hoobie's Garage. I don't know if you guys have watched him, but he's on here, and he's one of those 1 million+ subscribers. And he bought a Dodge Ram. It was like I think it was a 2005 diesel with 997,000 original miles on it. And he takes his vehicles to that Car Wizard guy. And the only thing they had to do to it was put a few seals in it and stuff. And he's already broken 1 million miles with that truck. So
John did have a Jeep before he met us.
Yeah.
I knew he was talking about it.
Yeah.
Jeep Liberty that we had, their solution for the gas tank thing was to put a hitch on the back. Jason and Rama.
Yeah.
Got a Rubicon 15-foot. What? Johnny said. Transmissions in Jeep Wranglers are weak.
Yeah, we had she had a 08 Jeep Sahara that we special ordered. And we got the lower gears and it was all blacked out. I don't know how that happened. And I took all the stickers off of it and blacked out the darkened the back windows and took the white letters and turned them in. And anyway, it was a really pretty Jeep. It was really, people loved the way it looked. But man, we took it four-wheeling a couple of times and it was painful.
We can't remember why we used to like it so much.
That Land Cruiser was...
Could be because we were 20 or 30 years older.
Yeah, and the seats were like sitting on wood. I mean, it was really.
There's no cushion in them. John, talking to Seymour, he said, I just towed a fully loaded U-Haul trailer from Spokane to Oklahoma City with a 2006 Jeep Wrangler Sport, no problem. Only thing we had a problem with, only thing people had a problem with towing was when they tow them on the back of their RV.
Yeah, towing behind.
Something. Yeah.
Towing behind the motorhome.
If that's
because we had the Jeep and we had the truck, and of course it was the Jeep wasn't quite. We had what 7 more payments on the Jeep.
No, we had 7 more payments at
$800 a month,
0% interest,
and the truck was paid for. And you could haul stuff in the truck, and then
2015.
And then I started researching towing, and everybody, oh, I've got a Jeep, and then I found some people had been towing a Jeep for a while. Like, man, because I've had to buy a bunch of tires. I think I finally got the problem resolved here. But my tires are not near as expensive as those Jeep tires, man. Jeep tires are expensive. So, and that was expensive 12 years ago. I can't imagine what they cost now. They'd probably be $500 or $600 for those Jeep tires. So,
2015, Johnny Nutt. He has a Rubicon 2015.
Yeah.
Bad wipers, bad heater, AC control, sway bar is not waterproof.
Yeah, well, Fiat. I don't think Fiat's doing any favor to Dodge, Chrysler, Plymouth. So, well, they don't have Plymouth anymore, but Dodge and Chrysler. They now the Dodge trucks are Ram trucks. I mean, they were Dodge Rams before. Now they're just Rams. So they're kind of like have their own thing going on. So I don't know. I always thought Fords were the best, but I know that the Ford diesels had. If you could get the old International 7.3, I guess that was a pretty good motor. But the new ones are I think a Ford built motor. They went through a bad spell, and now I guess the newer ones now are getting better. So I don't know. I'm to the point. I've got a 1995 Holiday Rambler that I could do pretty much everything on, and I got an 06 Dodge V6, and I just put a motor in and fixed the transmission. And I've rebuilt the front end, and so I probably keep that stuff because I know how to do it all now. So, and in the beginning, that V6 looked pretty like, oh.
Hello, RV Daisy. Welcome.
Yeah, but it's easy now.
A couple days ago, temperatures are up much better. Good thing.
Oh, it's getting warm there in Arizona.
Yeah. Mellow Cat, I got good at replacing window regulators. Johnny, height of failure, Fiat bought Chrysler. Yep. Navistar was only good Ford diesel.
Yeah. Well, Ford. See, I worked at Ford from like 1972, I think, until 1973 till 1978. And back in those days, man, the cars were not. I mean, they were not good. They went through the early 60s, or the 60s and the early 70s. They were pretty good, and then like when they started getting that Ranchero of mine was a decent car, but it had a chassis under it and everything else. The unibody cars kind of had some problems, but Ford kind of went downhill for a while, and then you went to their production plants. I mean, it was like they started building cars, Model Ts in these production plants, and the Japanese were kicking their butts. They were kicking everybody's butts. So
John says he wants a 1948 Power Wagon.
Oh yeah, those things were pretty killer. Yeah.
Japanese forced Big Three to improve. That's true.
But now, if you look at the Jap pickups, they're bigger than the.
That's true. We were just
Americans.
commenting on that the other day.
Yeah, and I mean,
Everything used to be so small.
I was talking to my son. He used to go, "Well, I'm thinking about getting one of those Chevy Colorados." I go, "Well, if you're going to get a Chevy, go get a Colorado. You get a full size truck for probably cheaper than you can that Colorado. I mean, they're about the same size. So, you know, why not just throw down on that?"
What caused the Japanese trucks to rust?
What causes the
Probably the quality of metal they use. That'd be my guess.
I don't know. I mean, you know, the American stuff is all dipped. I don't know if the Japanese do that. I know a lot. You know, the early Japanese stuff. I mean, the four cylinders were like a copy of an MG motor. The old Land Cruiser motor was a Chevy 250. It looked like a Chevy 250 inline six. The Subarus were a liquid cooled Volkswagen motor. I mean, they would copy different companies' engines. They take them and reverse engineer them, something like what the Chinese do now. But they would just reverse engineer, and then they would say, "Well, the problem with this Volkswagen is it gets hot, so we'll just liquid cool the heads," and that's how they solve most of the problems on the Subarus. And it's just now they're getting the from what I'm told. I worked at Nissan. I worked at Nissan. You didn't work at Nissan, but I worked at Nissan. The very first, from start to finish, design, engineer, production, and put into a car engine that the Japanese did all on their own without anybody helping them was the 3-liter V6 and the Z's, the 300Z cars. That was the first motor.
Bumper sticker on a Humvee. I love Jeeps. They taste like chicken.
Yeah. That's too much fun.
Remember the Z-Bart days?
The what?
Z-Bart?
Z-Bart.
Nope.
What is a Z-Bart?
240Z rusted.
Oh. Yeah. Well, those old Z cars, I like that. I like that inline six. That was a good motor. You know, they're more torquey. 6 cylinders. That's why they run 6-cylinder motors in trucks and stuff. The inline six. I mean, pretty much the only ones that ran V8 diesels in big trucks were the old Detroits, the old 2-stroke Detroits. And now the Series 60, that's an inline. Even the Volvo engines and Cummins and Caterpillar, everything was an inline six because they create a lot of horsepower. The reason why they don't run a lot of inline sixes in cars and pickup trucks, of course they do. The Cummins is the only inline six diesel that they put in pickups, but because the amount of room that it takes, you have to run a long hood to put
Johnny
that.
says Z-Bart rust proofing franchise up north.
I used to have to undercoat cars when I worked at Ford. Oh man, I get that in my hair.
But Darla make good money at Quartzsite. We did okay.
Yeah.
We did okay.
She did 70% of the work. But I couldn't help it.
Long hoods look great though. Yeah, they did.
Well, you know, the thing is the engines, the Cummins engines go underneath the cowling. I mean, they sit in there pretty far. So I remember the old AMC Pacers. They look like a little people aquarium. Yeah. They had an inline six in them, and they went underneath the cowling. And to get the valve cover off that thing was, I had to do that. I worked for a company. We worked on anything. And they gave me a Pacer to work on. I'm telling you what, to get that valve cover out of there was.
Wasn't that the car that John Denver drove in? Oh God. Yeah. He drove a Pacer.
I know on Evolution Harleys, the Evo motors, they call it blockheads. The valve covers were 3 pieces. They had a top cover and then a spacer and then the bottom part where the rockers and everything were in it. And there was a hole on the soft tails where you went through the frame to get the one bolt out, and then you could fish that rocker cover out. But yeah, sometimes things are really tough to get to. There's different tricks to it. And I learned on that AMC what you had to do is you actually had to take a motor mount out and kind of tilt the motor down and over, and then you can get it up.
If there'd been YouTube back in the day, think how much time you could have saved.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you worked at Ford, you worked on Fords. When you worked at Chevrolet, you worked on Chevrolet. You worked at Pontiac. You kind of learned them, and it was like working on Harleys.
Was that Johnny on the Spot?
Yeah. Oh.
He worked at a place in San Bernardino called Jots. Yeah. Johnny on the Spot. They worked on everything.
Yeah, it was owned by two black guys, and they were pretty cool. But the thing was, is they were doing like these warranty things where you paid so much money, and then anything went wrong with a car or anything went wrong with a truck or whatever, then you'd bring it in and we'd fix it for free. And the problem was is people were just running the crap out of just running these cars to death when they started getting miles. And the thing was, they bring a car in with 60,000 miles, and we would go over and check them and tell them, well, you need to do this. And we give them a list of things the first time, and they pay to get all that done, and then they could buy the warranty. And the thing was is that they would tear the cars up, we were fixing this one car, they brought it in, that AMC. I didn't know, but I pulled the valve cover off on it, and they said, we got to get the head off too. And it had thrown a rod, and they had me take the rod and the piston out and disabled the valves and put the head back on. There was a 5-cylinder. This lady picked it up and drove it out. I was like, what?
As John said, the new aerodynamic big truck engines go into the cab about 2 feet or a little more.
Yeah. Fun. So you ready to call it a night?
I'm so tired.
So she's tired and I'm getting tired. So we're going to do a short one tonight. So it's short, it's still over an hour. But thank you guys for showing up.
Guys,
really appreciate it. I appreciate if you guys would all hit our like button, because then it kind of gets out there. Everybody in YouTube land is asking for likes right now. And that's the reason why when you hear them always say, please like and subscribe and share. But all I really worry about is the like, because then that way people get more.
And you all might be interested to know we've really bumped up our game on subscribers. Yeah. So thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but thanks. Yeah. We're happy about that.
Yeah, we're actually
until tonight, ahead. And we'll lose like 9.
No. I think last week we lost 1 and we got it back. So that's it. So anyway. Thank you guys.
Canadian Twig, thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Yes, thank you. And next Monday I'll make sure she takes a nap. Okay.
It was the whole weekend. It was a whole thing.
Well, grandbabies, you gotta play with them.
It was Our daughter celebrated Easter this weekend, and they do like a service that starts at 9 on Saturday night, and it's not over till 3 in the morning, and we got out of there at 4, and then we had to go back at 1.
That's why I was here. So,
but it's fun. I enjoyed it. Anyways, you guys, thank you very much.
And I got the hiccups. Perfect timing.
For tuning in.
Thank you much. Good night.
And smile. Sit up and smile.
Oh, she's gonna make me.
Because we need a good thumbnail, and he's going. 1, 2, 3. Thanks, guys.